so that whoever moves around.
Happy to.
Hello. I think we're live streaming. All right.
I gotta
Okay.
figure out my lyrics.
Letting everybody in. And
I'm pretty sure I have translations for them, but not on my computer, not here.
hello, live stream.
People can just sing and not know what it means. It's okay.
Absolutely.
This song is fine.
Yeah. And you can even just say it.
I'm just used
Okay.
that last one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to open the doors and get started. Thank you so much for being here. Here we go. Going live. Well, we are live. Now we're going double live. Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for joining us for today's Carpe Diem monthly community sing, virtual monthly community sing here on the 21st of every month at 6:30 p.m. at this same link. And we are so glad that you've decided to join us today. We've got an incredible lineup. We're celebrating so much good stuff. So today is May 21. We are celebrating all things May. So it is Jewish American Heritage Month, and it is Asian American and Pacific Island Heritage month. It is Mother's Day month, of course. So we have song leaders who are helping us celebrate all of those things. And I'm going to start by saying a big hello to everybody out there on the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us at the Community Sing. And a big hello to everybody in this room. I see that we have folks in the room from all over. In addition to our artists, we've got Kentucky, we've got Florida, we've got Rhode Island, we've got Seattle, Washington, we've got Idaho, we've got Virginia, we've got Maryland, we've got Texas, we've got Vermont. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Oh, DC, thanks so much for being here. And we look forward to being able to sing with you a lot today. So in addition, we have artists in the room today who are coming in from all over. Let's give it up for each one of our artists. First of all, we have Cheryl Tay coming in from Malaysia. Cheryl Tay, thank you so much for being here. It is, in fact, 6:30 in the morning where she is, so she gets like an extra thank you for being here, Cheryl. It's very impressive. We have Irene Espiritu coming in from Oakland, California. All of these folks have sung with us in the Daily Antidote of Song, and we're so happy to be presenting them here in the Carpe Diem Arts Community Sing. And we have coming in from my living room, well, dining room, really, Karen Dale and Elena La Fulana. And you guys are both, yay, there they are in Jaden's screen. And we're so excited to have them with us. So thanks for being here. Big shout out, of course, to Carpe Diem Arts and to all of the incredible funders like the state of Maryland and Montgomery County who help keep all of Carpe Diem Arts' programs going. A big shout out to Jaden, who is running the tech from our living room and dining room. And thanks again to everybody for being here today. So I think we should go ahead and get started with the singing. And I'm going to bring up first the amazing Cheryl Tay. And Cheryl, I'm hoping you will tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about what you're going to share with us.
Hi. Good morning, everybody, from Monday in my world. And good evening to everyone over there. I'm excited to be here this is my first community sing. So yeah, I always love being part of the Daily Antidote. So I'm just gonna put up a little screen. I'm excited to be presenting a Malaysian song today. And can you see the screen? You can see the screen. So I just want to put a bit of context. So you guys are here, I mean in America, I mean Jojo's here anyway, and I'm all the way here. So that's how far away we are, Joe, from each other. And
Very far.
very far, yes. So the song that I'm going to present today is actually entitled Selamat Hari Raya. So the Muslims, so I come from Malaysia, so this is Malaysia, and this is Hi from my choir. This is part of my choir. So I'm a choir leader here in Malaysia, a community choir leader. I did my community choir training in Victoria in Canada with the community choir leadership training. So the song I'm going to present today, there's the reason why we're wearing all these clothes. This is our traditional attire in Malaysia. So Malaysia has three major races in the country. There's the Malays, who are Muslim, and there's Chinese, like I'm ethnically Chinese, and we have also Indians, right? So our attire, traditional attire, is mixed up of it's a mixture of different countries, different attire. The song I'm going to present to you today is Selamat Hari Raya, which literally translates to have a happy celebration. So to mark the end of the fasting month, the Ramadan month by the Muslims, they celebrated Raya. And that was exactly a month ago that they celebrated Raya. So this is the end of the Shawwal month. And so this is a song we would traditionally sing to everyone. It's a very common song. It's kind of like what a very famous Christmas song would be in your part of the world. I'm going to put up I think if Joe or Jaden puts up the lyrics, it'll be there. So this song was composed in 1965. It's very popular, and you'll hear the beat. It's got American influence on it. I think there's got a twist, like background. So the lyrics literally translate to happy day or joyous day, noble day. It's a day we seek forgiveness from our elders. Happy celebration day. Then it's like talks about like greeting parents and wishing them happy celebration, and please forgive our sins. So that's something common we would wish people. We'll say Selamat Hari Raya, maaf zahir batin. Please forgive our sins if we've done anything wrong in the past year, and forget the sadness and happy celebration. And then it goes to hopefully we'll meet again soon on this joyous day. And then friends and relatives, let's be happy, forget about our sadness, and have a happy celebration. So that's the translation of the song, really. So if Joe would put up the I'm going to stop the screen sharing. Oh, before that, actually, because in the video, I'm going to play a video and sing over it. I was just going to draw your attention to some of what we're wearing. So the three ladies on the left, they're wearing the Nonya Kebaya, which is kind of like what I'm wearing now. And it's worn traditionally with the women who are of Chinese Peranakan community. And my friend Joanne here, she's wearing what we call a baju kurung. It's very loose, it's very comfortable, very forgiving. And it's traditionally worn by Malay ladies and often made with a hand-drawn batik. So you'd buy like a 2-meter piece of material and you'd make it into what we call a baju kurung. So they're very comfy material. Okay, I'm going to stop the share there, and if Joe would kindly put up the video, we'll sing along to that, and you'll get to see my choir singing. Thank you. Joe, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yes, no, you can't, but everybody else in this room could hear me.
Okay, all right.
That was so great seeing all that traditional dress. Thank you so much. And everybody, wish me luck. Here we go on a screen share. And please let me know immediately if it's not working. Here we go. I feel victory.
that's the video. So like if you noticed it, yeah. So there were people wearing the Nonya Kabayas, they were wearing the Chinese cheongsams. Some of my singers were wearing the kurtis. And if you notice, there was an older lady, she's in her 80s. So yeah, it's amazing. They really enjoyed dancing to that video and making the video. So thanks so much for allowing me to share part of our culture. I'm going to pass on the floor to Karen. I think Karen, who's in Washington D.C. now.
Cheryl, thank you. Oh, that was fantastic. I know we all enjoyed it. It was the colors of the attire, it was the colors of the voices and the faces, and that adorable video, the way they were waving and coming out in pairs. That was really well done. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, this is so great. Hi, everybody. And I want to add one more state. My parents are joining us from Connecticut, and I'm so happy to have them here. And especially, yay, thank you, especially as we're celebrating Jewish American Heritage Month, so much of what I share with you today comes from them. And so with that in mind, I'd like to start with a song that maybe you wouldn't think is particularly Jewish heritage. You might have heard of it. It's called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's May. So, it's the unofficial song of our American pastime. It happens to be the product of a Jewish Episcopalian collaboration. Jewish songwriter Albert von Tilsen wrote the melody, and lyricist Jack Norworth penned the words. And their famous collaboration, which is sung publicly somewhere in the U.S. every day from mid-spring to, I guess, early fall, really, is believed to trail only Happy Birthday and the Star-Spangled Banner as America's most performed songs. Wow. Now, according to the Songwriters Hall of Fame, Norworth wrote the lyrics to this universal seventh-inning stretch anthem while riding a New York City subway train. The 29-year-old songwriter's inspiration came from, check this out, a billboard that said, "Ball game today at the Polo Grounds." And baseball-related lyrics started popping into his head. The year was 1908, and Norworth had never attended a ball game. He was part of the Tin Pan Alley in New York, and he reached out to composer friend named Albert von Tilsen, who is Jewish, who already had a highly successful career in songwriting and music publishing in the Jewishly influenced Tin Pan Alley. That's when he wrote the music for what was to be his most enduring creation. He, too, had never attended a baseball game, and neither man would for many decades to come. In 2008, the U.S. Postal Service issued a stamp commemorating the 100-year anniversary of this song, but there was no mention of the songwriters. And when I mentioned recently to someone that I was going to be doing this song and talk about the songwriters, the response I got was, "Oh, people know who the songwriters are?" So let's honor them now by singing it in English and Yiddish, a language dating back 1,000 years and used by Jews in Central and Eastern Europe before the Holocaust. Get out your popcorn and let's sing. Take me out to the ball game. Everybody here can sing. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nimm mich mit zu der Ball game, zu meinem Lomerdach gehen. Kauf mit der Mislach und Cracker Jack, will ich kein Mal von dort nicht weg. Gib mir Mut, 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 der Ballspieler. Es passt nicht, dass man verspielt, weil sie sehen's feh. 3 strikes on ice by the baseball game. Now, when I used to go to these baseball games with my father, this is how we sang. Everybody, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. Everybody, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Woo! Play ball! And I'm so happy to turn this over to Eileen. Woo!
So much. That was really fun. Well, I'm Irina Spiritu. I am coming to you from Oakland, California, and I usually play Americana music, but I recently joined a new project called the Sampaguitas, and Sampaguitas is the official flower of the Philippines, and there's 3 of us, all from different, I'm an immigrant. I came here from the Philippines when I was 10 years old. And the other 2 Sampaguitas were both born here. And so we decided to join this group and sing in 3-part harmonies, Filipino folk songs. And so we just started in October. And it's been a journey exploring our roots that way. And this is one of the songs that we do. It's a song that I grew up with. And this is called Oras Na by Corita. And I believe it was written maybe in the 70s. And Oras Na means now is the time. And the whole song is in Tagalog, but the essence of the song is to listen to your heart. Now is the time. Listen to the voice in yourself and to follow the light and what your instincts tell you. So this is called Oras Na. May bulong dinggin mo, ihip ng ating panahon. May sigaw, dinggin mo, at ubos na ang oras mo. Oras na magpasya kung saan ka pupunta. Oras na mag-iba ka ng landas. Tayo na sa liwanag, ang takot ay nasa isip lamang. Tama na pag-aalinlangan, ang takot ay nasa isip lamang. Dinggin mo, damhin mo ang landas ng puso mo. nasa isip lamang. Thank you so much for letting me share that with you. And now I'd like to pass it off to Elena.
Hi there. That was awesome. I was actually playing along with you here. And yeah. I'm also going to do a song that was in Tagalog. That was really cool. I only know a couple things. Magandang gabi. That's all I got. But I'm going to do a song that I was asked to sing something about Mother's Day, and I did happen to write this song over the pandemic, as you all remember. We were so separated from one another, and Mother's Day came around, and it's apt that I'm doing Mother's Day month because in Nicaragua, Mother's Day is actually May 30th, so it hasn't happened yet. But at the time, obviously, I was living here and my parents were in Nicaragua, and it was actually even more scary to be far away. I don't know if other people were far away from their loved ones, not just distance-wise, but also across borders. And a lot of borders were closed, and flights weren't even going into Nicaragua. So for Mother's Day that year, I decided to write this song for my mom and send it to her as kind of like a virtual kind of greeting card thing, and I did a little video for it, which I'll share with you. I think we're going to try to share it with you afterwards, but I'm going to sing it for you. It's very, very short, and it goes like this. It's very simple. Well, it's simple in Spanish. Here it goes. Short. Madre, madre querida, hoy en tu día te he de querer, me das alegría, mi madre querida, que Dios te bendiga por ser gran mujer. Madre, mother it says, madre querida, beloved mother, hoy en tu día, today on your day, te he de querer. I must love you. Me das alegría. You give me joy. Mi madre querida, my beloved mother. Que Dios te bendiga. May God bless you por ser gran mujer. For being a wonderful woman. Thank you. Now we're going to share the video, which I made a stop motion video. Stop motion, for you all that who might not be familiar, is actually just pieces of paper that I cut out and took pictures of one by one. So you'll get to see what I was able to do with that.
That's really cool. So there's the pandemic activity of like we used to have a lot of time on our
It's the ideal
hands.
pandemic activity because it took up a lot of time.
That's really beautiful.
So here, we're going to do a little screen share here,
Or so we hope.
and we hope it works.
Here we go.
There you go. Let's see if it works. Is it working? Sweet. Yay! So that was what I spent my pandemic doing, and I'm actually really proud of it. It was really cute. So thank you for letting me share that with you all. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you all are being celebrated, and I hope you're celebrating with your mother if they're still here. And I'd like to pass it on to Cheryl, who's also joining from far away,
Far away.
far
Very
away, Malaysia. All right.
Thanks so much. That was amazing. Like, wow. I love it. Like, in the age of so much modern technologies, that's like lovely and old-fashioned way of doing something, right? And I must say, I'm totally envious of the others because I can't play the guitar to save my life. I can't manage anything more than 4 strings. So yeah, hats off to you. So I play the piano. That's about as exciting as my life gets. And I was attempting, so my pandemic activity was to learn to play the ukulele. 4 strings. I can manage that.
Yeah, but Cheryl, you also played something the other day when you sang your lullaby. What was that?
Oh, a tongue drum.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was easy. That was just hitting one note, Joe.
Yeah, but I bet there's lots of folks in the room who can't play the tongue drum, so you get points for that one.
Thank you. So my next song is called Getaran Jiwa, which literally translates to vibrations of the heart. And it's by a very famous Malaysian called P. Ramlee. He was an actor, a filmmaker, he was a musician, he was a composer, he was everything, right? He passed away in 1973. So it's exactly like 50 years actually since his passing. And this song was very popular during the golden age of the Malay film industry. So yeah, thanks for putting up the lyrics there with the English translations. If you recognize the tune, you might think like this sounds a little bit familiar. It's because Lobo, I think is an American composer. Lobo actually did a cover, like not cover. He used the melody and put English lyrics to it, and to a song called "Whispers in the Wind." So if you can go and after this, if you go and go to YouTube and look for "Whispers in the Wind," you'll find that there's the same melodic pattern. So it goes like this. Getaran jiwa melanda hatiku, tersusun nada irama dan lagu, walau hanya sederhana tetapi tak mengapa, semoga dapat membangkitkan. Sadarlah kamu wahai insan, tak mungkin hilang irama dan lagu, bagaikan kembang sentiasa bermadu. Andai dipisah lagu dan irama, lemah tiada berjiwa. Hamba. I'm just gonna do it one more time so you guys can sing along with me. Getaran jiwa melanda hatiku, tersusun nada irama dan lagu, walau hanya sederhana tetapi tak mengapa, semoga dapat membangkitkan. Sadarlah kamu wahai insan, kasih.
Thank you, Cheryl Tay. Can we please all give it up for Cheryl Tay? Cheryl, that was so beautiful. Thank you
Wow.
so much. And I just want to say thank you so much, Cheryl, for getting up today and joining us here to help us celebrate musical mothers and Asian American heritage and Pacific Islander heritage. Like it's such a great thing to have you in this room. You've been in this community, I think, since the first year, and I love sharing space with you. So thank you so much. Cheryl, I remember that you've got a little something going on right now on the side. I would love it if you'd share that with everybody because I think it's so beautiful.
So May is my birthday month, and every year what I've been doing since the pandemic is to make it my annual giving month as well. So I'm raising funds for a women's group up in a state called Perak, which is about I'm in Kuala Lumpur, in the capital city of Malaysia, and the capital of Perak, the state, is called Ipoh. So it's about two and a half hours from where I am. So pre-pandemic, I brought my choir up and we were doing some fundraising for this group called Perak Women for Women. So it's a women's group. And so every year now, I've been raising funds during the month of May to give to this women's group.
So thank you so much, Cheryl. So appreciate that. Cheryl, I'm going to ask you if you don't mind if you would throw your PayPal link in the chat after we're done, because there's not a way to donate to this organization directly. So Cheryl is collecting all the funds and we'll be giving them. So for anybody who's inspired, you can send your donation to Cheryl and she will take care of it. But Cheryl, what day is your actual birthday?
The 27th, actually.
So can we just do a little early happy birthday to Cheryl, please?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday, dear Cheryl. Happy birthday to you. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cheryl. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cheryl. So we want to also shout out all of the May birthdays in the room. If you had a May birthday, please stick it in the chat. We are going to wish you a happy birthday too. We're so happy to have you here, Cheryl. And we know, since it is, in fact, like 6:30ish in the morning where you are, maybe you'd like to go back to bed or... No, you're good.
Wait. I want to hear the rest. I want to hear more.
Beautiful. Okay, Cheryl's going to stick around and hear some more. I'm turning the floor over to Karen Dale. Cheryl, thanks again so much.
Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, everybody. So I guess we're back to Jewish American Heritage Month, except we're going to make America a little bigger, a little broader than the U.S. So please raise your hand if you've ever heard of the singer-songwriter Leonard Cohen. Exactly. All right. And even if you haven't heard of him, everyone's heard of his wonderful, beautiful song, Hallelujah. And we're not going to do that one now. Leonard Cohen's name is actually Norman. So there you go. If you didn't know anything else before, you now know that. But we do ask that you stay to learn more things. Here we go. So he was a Canadian singer, songwriter, musician, poet, novelist. He's been inducted into the American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and both the Canadian Music Hall of Fame and the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. The critic Bruce Eder had said that he's one of the most fascinating and enigmatic singer-songwriters of the late 1960s and has retained an audience across 4 decades of music making, second only to Bob Dylan and perhaps Paul Simon in terms of influence. And I'm just saying all three have very strong Jewish backgrounds. One of the defining poetic voices of the 1960s, we know that Leonard Cohen was a profoundly Jewish songwriter and a deeply spiritual man. And so I'm just going to take a little peek into his background and see why. So Leonard Cohen was born in Montreal into a family with strong Orthodox Jewish roots. His mother was the daughter of a Talmudic writer. His grandfather was the founding president of the Canadian Jewish Congress. And on the topic of being a Kohen, Cohen said, "I had a very messianic childhood. I was told I was a descendant of Aaron, the high priest." And for those who may not remember or not necessarily know who Aaron was Moses' older brother. You can hear these strong Jewish influences in many of the songs, like Hallelujah, while still being just as meaningful to everyone who hears them. The song that I've chosen for today is called Dance Me to the End of Time. It's a song about the sacredness of the Jewish wedding, and I hope you'll join with me. The lyrics are here, but there's also a part that everyone can do. If you know English or Yiddish or Hebrew or Talago or any Asian languages, if you know Spanish, all of you can sing this part. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Oh, dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic as I'm gathered safely in. Oh, lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove. Oh, dance me to the end of love. Oh, let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel you moving like they did in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of. Oh, dance me to the end of love. Oh, dance me to the end of love. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Oh, dance me to the wedding now and dance me on and on. Dance me very tenderly and dance me very long. We're both of us beneath our love. We're both of us above. Oh, dance me to the end of love. Oh, dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtains that our kisses have outworn. Oh, touch me with your naked hand, or touch me with your glove. Oh, dance me to the end of love. Oh, dance me to the end of love. Everybody, let's sing it and harmonize. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Mazel tov.
Ah.
Thanks, everybody. We just made it through the wedding. So now I turn it over to Eileen.
Yay! Thank you, Karen. That was really awesome. You even had a little rhythm section there with the barking. Well, this was I was unsure undecided what I was going to share today. But this one I wrote. My gut just told me to sing this one. This is called Liberty's Love Song, and it's a song that I wrote. It's Liberty's. It's basically Liberty's love song to immigrants, and in the hopes and doubts that immigrants feel when they arrive to the U.S. Myself being an immigrant, and so and also those who welcome us coming into the U.S. to try to search for a better life for ourselves. So anyway, here we go. This is called Liberty's Love Song, and I grew up being really shy and not very vocal, and so the chorus kind of captures that, and the chorus says, "Come all the old and the young, the loud and the silent ones." I'm one of the silent ones. "Wherever you're from, everybody's got a story to bring. We all have our song to sing. Come, everyone, for the dreamers, the survivors, and for righteous love." So this is called Liberty's Love Song. I haven't been able to sleep, worried that my home is falling apart, wall by wall. How do I write this song? How do I write this song? Backwards train returns, don't you know? Long white robes aren't pure when worn with a mask. They hurt, they won't let us in. How do I write this song? How do I rewrite this song? How do I write this song? How do I rewrite this song? So come all the old and the young, the loud and the silent ones, wherever you're from. Everybody's got a story to bring. We all have our song to sing. Come everyone. For the dreamers, the survivors, for a righteous love. Oh, where do we begin? The boomers with their signs, they yell, "Goddamn, we got to do this all over again." Pull out the old songs, we got to sing them old songs again. Bring out the old songs, we got to sing them old songs again. So come all the old and the young, the loud and the silent ones, wherever you're from. Everybody's got a story to bring. We all got our song to sing. Come everyone. For the dreamers, the survivors, for righteous love. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse, I refuse, oh, to let them undo this song of love for you. Back to the chorus. Come on, the old and the young, the loud and the silent one, wherever you're from. Everybody's got a story to bring. We all the survivors for righteous love. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse, I refuse, oh, to let them undo this love song of love for you. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse, I refuse, oh, to let them undo this song of love for you, this song of love for you, this song of love for you, this song of love for you.
Yay!
All right. Elena, turning it over to you.
Yeah, okay, actually, Irene Espiritu, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to thank you. Can we please all give it up for Irene Espiritu? That was so beautiful, Irene. I'm so glad you're here, and I so love having you as part of the whole sort of Carpe Diem family of a million songs and singers. Beautiful, absolutely incredible.
So grateful to be here.
So much for joining us. So let me think, it is like 4:30 your time?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So pre-cocktail hour over there. Thank you. Thanks for being here in the room. We've had an amazing run, and we're getting kind of close to closing time. So I think we're going to have Elena La Fulana come up and sing us one more song, and then we'll say some more goodbyes and thanks after that. I just want to throw out a couple quick things. First of all, Daily Antidote of Song every day at noon Eastern. It's free. Sing along with one song leader every day, coming in from somewhere around the world. It's pretty neat. And also today at 8 p.m., there is a program that's being hosted by the Folklore Society of Greater Washington, and I am telling you that because two of our very dearest hosts, Jennifer Cutting and Steve Winnick, are the ones who are putting that program out there today. They are doing two Indigenous women. One of them we know, Thea Hopkins, who's sung in this room with us before, and one of them I don't actually know, and I'm going to forget her name right now, but it's a virtual program. All are welcome, and lots of us here are going to be joining in there when we are done today. So please, we'll throw the link in the chat. Please join us there too, and join Findus there too, because Findus is making himself known. So Irene, thank you again so much for being here, and thank you again, of course, to Cheryl Tay. Thank you again, of course, to Karen Dale. We're going to have another song here by Elena La Fulana. Elena, I'm so glad to meet you today and have you here.
Yay! Thank you. Thanks, Irene. I was just realizing, I was like, she looks familiar. I think we've been to Folk Alliance together.
I realized that too.
Yeah, so good to see you. Great. Well, thank you again for joining us today. Since I was asked to do a song about songs about mothers, I'm gonna share one that I've done at Daily Antidote of Song, but it's probably one of my favorite songs that I've written. This song is called Amor Migrante. I believe the lyrics will be in the chat. And it's a song about an immigrant mother who comes to the U.S. in search of a better life for her son, but in doing so leaves her son behind. It's a story that's like too common in the immigrant and Latino communities. And when I worked on immigration issues here in D.C. for a time, I worked nationally, and people would come and tell me their stories about being separated from their families, from their loved ones, from their husbands, their kids, young kids, for long periods of time. And so I wrote this song, and if you all, we have the lyrics, and we'll have the lyrics in the chat, and you'll follow along and hopefully sing along with me. But if you want to see, I did do a music video for this song that features an immigrant mother from Maryland who is originally from El Salvador, who hasn't seen her son. At the time we filmed the video, it was 12 years, and I do not believe she's been reunited. And that video came out, I think, 6 years ago. And so if you all want to check it out and follow along with the lyrics, there are subtitles there. But we can sing along today, and if you want to, engage in another way, you can look up that video at a later point. So I hope that you sing along. I think the easiest part to sing with me is Por ti me fui. It's Por ti me fui, de ahí de ti. Por ti me fui, de ahí de ti. So that part comes up a few times. All right. Not to belabor, let's get going with Amor Migrante. Here goes. hand it over to you, your host, your
Thank you
hostess.
so much, Elena. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. I absolutely love that song, and the video is really, really beautiful. Jaden, if you want to take me down off Spotlight, if I'm not already down off Spotlight, that would be fabulous. I want to see everybody in that beautiful room. Okay, Elena La Fulana. Everybody, please. That was so gorgeous, Elena. And actually, I think, Elena, with your permission, I will show the video.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So stick around after we say goodbye if you want, and we'll play Elena's video here because it is really incredibly moving. I feel so incredibly lucky right now, today. I'm in the presence of 4 of the most amazing song-leading women. And so I would like us all to say another big thank you. Cheryl Tay, joining us from Malaysia today. Thank you so much for helping us celebrate Asian America. Here comes the troops over here. There's a lot of beautiful singing going on in this room, too, I have to say. Thank you for helping us to celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And a thank you also to Irene Espiritu. Thank you so much. So we've got links in the chat for everybody. Please go ahead and check them out, follow them. Come back to our community sings, but definitely come back to the Daily Antidote Song where they play regularly. And there's like a comedy act actually going on behind me. I have to not look so that I don't lose my train of thought. Okay. And I want to thank, let's see, where are we? Karen Dale and Elena La Fulana. This is the most magical dining room I've ever seen, and I'm just extending an invitation right now to Irene Espiritu and to Cheryl Tay to join us in the flesh here next time for some Burmese food. I'm actually going to shout out Mandalay Restaurant because I went today. No, I'm not actually kidding. I went today to do my standard, pick up my Burmese food, and like I couldn't understand why on earth I couldn't like get my order placed, and the line was long. I waited forever because Tom Setsema, food critic for the Washington Post, actually named them one of the top 25 restaurants today. So like I'm sitting there trying to wait for my food like I normally do, only today's not a normal day for Mandalay. So shouting out Mandalay Restaurant, love them to pieces, and anybody in the DC area should check it out. And Karen Dale, again, thank you so much for bringing us such great music. And Elena La Fulana, we'll see lots more of them in the upcoming months. Irene Espiritu, Cheryl Tay, you guys have made a bunch of magic tonight, I think, for a lot of people, and most assuredly for me. Let's all give it up to Jaden Brick running the tech, not from College Park or Silver Spring. However, she is running the tech from right over there.
From across the table.
So there really has been a lot of magical harmonizing and singing in here today. Anybody in the room have a May birthday? Looking once? Looking twice? Cheryl Tay, we sang you happy birthday, lots of love. And again, we'll put her link in the chat, or she's put her link in the chat. Please consider donating to the incredible work she's doing. And anybody else? May going once? May going twice? All right, everybody out there on the live stream, I know lots of you are May. So happy, happy, happy birthday to lots of you out there on the live stream. Thanks for joining us here at our Carpe Diem Arts monthly community sing. Please join us tomorrow for the Daily Antidote Song. Please join us every day for the Daily Antidote Song. And again, in here for June 21, we're going to be celebrating Juneteenth, and we're going to be celebrating Pride Month. Yeah. And it's going to be a pretty amazing community sing and an incredible week, Juneteenth week in the Daily Antidote. Can I please see everybody give a hand to all the folks in the room who've joined today? Love all of you to pieces. So we're going to say a generic goodbye. This is like the Findus crew over here in the background. Like,
You better explain what
how
Findus
funny is a Findus? A Findus is a dog.
Can you tilt down so everybody
A
can see?
Findus is a comedian posing as a dog. All right, we're going to say goodbye to Cheryl Tay in Malaysia. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Have a great rest of your long day still ahead of you. The rest of us are going to bed soon. And thank you again so much, Irene Espiritu. Love having you. And amazing, amazing. Any song that anybody had prepped that they didn't sing today, we're going to have them sing it in the next coming month. So I'm super excited to have a lot more of you guys. Thanks again to Karen Dale. Thank you so much. And Elena La Fulana, wherever you've gone. Thank you so much. And we're going to say goodbye to all the folks in the room, like Deborah, who's in from Kentucky, and Sheila, who's in from Florida, and Deli in from Maryland, Dory in from Rhode Island, Carolyn in Idaho, Susan in Seattle, somebody, Marilyn Dale, maybe in from a new place that I don't know of yet. Connecticut. Oh, that's Karen's mommy and daddy. Yay! right, everybody in the room, let's thank them. Wait, I'm going to unmute everybody for one blessed second. We're all going to shout out how much we are really grateful that they gave us Karen. Ready, go.
Thanks for Karen.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you for Karen.
All right, and even though they had nothing to do with Cheryl and Elena and Irene, let's give them more scouts.
Take me out to the
Woo! All right, thank you so much, everybody. That was really beautiful. So we're saying goodbyes again. Also, we've got a bunch of curly tops over there in Vermont, and Annette in California, Don in Vermont, Bob in Albany, Ann in Nashville, Jane in Texas, Storm in Massachusetts, Ann in Silver Spring, Susan in Ohio. Lots of folk off video today in Idaho and in Massachusetts and in Virginia and in DC. And Steve, I'm not sure where you're from, but welcome. And Linda.
That's my husband.
In Orcas Island. Oh, that's Karen Dale's husband. Hi, Steve. We're so glad you're here. And for all the folks out on the live stream, thanks again for joining us. Please join us again next month. And we're having a lot of fun over here if you want to just stop on by. Thanks, gang, so much. Really great to have you.